Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have another Ultraman X review for you today. This is another Spark doll or vinyl doll, whatever you'd like to call it. And this is Gorg Fire Gorza. So, again, I haven't seen the movie. I think this is from the final Ultraman X movie at the end of the series. I'm not sure if this guy is related to the Zyborg that I reviewed previously. This might be like a previous form of Zyborg, and this is Fire Gorza, or it could just be a completely separate monster. They both have Gorg in their name, so maybe Gorg is like a group of the monsters, you know, like a federation of monsters or something, and Zyborg is like the king of the Gorgs, or I don't know. I'm just speculating wildly at this point. But, yeah, this guy is pretty neat. I like the design of him a lot. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut the tag off. As you can see, he comes with a cyber card. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off, and then we'll take a closer look at him. Alright, so this, I'm just going to call him Fire Gorza for the rest of the time. I like him a lot. I love his color scheme, the kind of dark gray with the metallic blue and silver. And I love his face. It's kind of creepy with the solid white eyes, but it's just... the detail on these is always very nice. The paint's well done. It just looks absolutely fantastic. Articulation-wise, his arms can move. The swivel point is right here. So, just moves like that. He's doing exercises. In, out. In and out. But yeah, really nice. He's got some articulation here in the tail. I think he does. Yeah, ooh. It seems to move, but for some reason... I mean, you can tell that it's a separate piece, but for some reason mine's having some trouble turning. So, be cautious. I mean, obviously you kind of want it to stay like this, because that's how he stands, and it's the colors, you know, you can see the paint goes together. So, I think you can move it, but you might not want to, just because... I don't know, when I twisted it before... it looked like it wanted to pop out. So, see how it's kind of a little loose? So, I don't think it's going to fall out or anything. It's not that loose, but just be careful. Obviously, his legs move as well, so you can see that here. So, mostly arm and leg articulation. Nothing in the head. And like I said, the tail is spotty, so be cautious. But yeah, he looks great. I really like him. I think his color scheme looks really awesome. I love the face sculpt and the head. Really nicely done. Looks cool from the side with the point. Yeah, he looks great. So he does have a chip in his foot, so we'll go ahead and we'll check him out. Alright, so we got the X divisor here. Go ahead and pop his foot on. So that's awesome. We definitely get a new specific roar sound, and it says Fire Gorza. I was kind of afraid after Zyborg that it was just going to say new monster again, but that's awesome. So this guy definitely works. If we go ahead and press a button. So, with the exception of making the roar again and saying his name again, those sounds are just kind of generic, you know, energy charge mode, blah, blah, blah. That's always the same. But he does have a unique roar, and it does say his name, so I'm really happy with that. So we'll go ahead now, we'll take a look at the cyber card that he comes with. Alright. It's a pretty nice card, I have to say. I like him a lot. His color scheme on the card kind of reminds me of Gamora. Or Gomora, I guess technically how you pronounce it. But I like it. I mean, anytime you kind of have black with a teal grid kind of pattern, it reminds me of Tron. And that's just a way to get at me. I love that kind of stuff. I love that color scheme. As you can see, he is BK033. Picture of him here on the back. Very cool. So if we go ahead and pop this in. Oh, there it goes. So unfortunately, because I don't think he's going to actually use this guy on the show as an armor, the sounds of the attack and everything are very generic. But it will say Fire Gorza armor active, and then you get to hear the roar of the monster again. So, I mean, the Cyber card basically is going to get you the two unique sounds that you could get from the chip in his foot, but since they come together, it's not like you're paying any extra for one or the other. If you lose this, you can still kind of get the same sounds out of the chip in the foot. But it's a nice looking card. I'm happy it comes with it, and I'm really excited that it doesn't just say new monster or monster armor. It actually has his name, Fire Gorza. So I think this guy's really neat. He's still classified as a deluxe Spark doll or vinyl doll, even though he's not as big as Zyborg, but he's definitely bigger than, say, a normal-sized monster. I'm trying to think. I'm blanking on it right now. Like the normal Cyber Gomra. He's a little bit bigger than that, but he's not as big as, say, like a Zyborg or something like that. So he's a little bit in the middle. I think he was somewhere in the area of $8 to $10, I think, whereas Zyborg was probably more like $12 to $15. I like him, though. I like him a lot. I think the design is great. The paint on him is great. I'm very excited that the card and the chip in his foot actually say his name, and he has a unique roar sound. Doesn't just say new monster or monster armor like Zyborg did. That was kind of a disappointment. So this guy's a little bit cheaper than Zyborg. I think, he's just as good as far as articulation and paint and everything, and his sounds are actually unique to him, so that's great. The only thing I'd be wary of, it does seem like the tail has articulation, but at least on mine, it doesn't want to turn all that well and looks like it almost would pop out. So just be wary of that if you decide to pick this guy up. Otherwise, he's a lot of fun, and I highly recommend him. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like and share this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Deluxe Gorg Fire Gorza from Ultraman X. And thanks for watching.